she's
by
going to play
the,
the piano.
She's going to play the piano.
That's what we're done.
oh, so,
But you can go, if you the choir, I think we should wait till she's, I mean,
I can wait till she's done.
I think, yeah. And you'll be saying,
You can leave then. Start. I think so. We got 5 minutes left. 10, 15.
10:17.
What's that?
I have 10:17.
Oh, okay.
So we're just putting these in order now, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first one is Caroline.
Yeah. I'm to play this one twice.
I don't, are we,
The Carolee one, are we
doing this
playing
one
that
twice?
twice?
yes.
Okay, okay. Okay.
Where is everybody?
It's crazy time. We're having Christmas Eve service.
Go. Vest on. She's at County Corner. She's a beautiful voice.
And but this is so casual today. There's not a service.
Yeah,
or
there's
anything,
no
it's just a
service.
party. So I don't think
Oh, you guys.
I might stay. Yeah, I'm kind of curious how it goes. Nobody's. What's your service? What's the order of service look like? You have that.
Oh, it's very,
Yeah, very simple.
there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, just basic music and then some stuff for the kids.
That red hair. Ooh, those red shoes.
Okay.
I don't think we go back. Yeah.
That one. Okay. Silver bell.
We have
This one we go back to 26.
Okay, this one we go back to
26, 29.
21.
21.
morning. Oh, I know. Good morning, good morning. I'm gonna go full. If you can hear my voice, clap once. If you can hear my voice, clap twice. I want to invite us to find our seats at the moment. Feel free to, if you're working on your crafts at the craft table, feel free to stay at the craft table. Good morning. My name is Nathan Bakken. I use they, them pronouns, and I am the Director of Congregational Life here at UUFNN. If this is your first time with us today, you are in for a treat because this is unlike any of our regular Sunday services. We are celebrating just a good old-fashioned holiday party this morning, given that Christmas Eve is on a Tuesday. Building up too many holiday services too close together can be a little bit taxing. And so I wanted to give us a moment of rest, a moment of community, a moment of connection, and a moment for some good old-fashioned holiday cheer. So our morning today is going to be a series of caroling, followed by a reading of the Polar Express. And after the reading of the Polar Express, you are welcome to stay, continue to eat some food, decorate one of our gingerbread houses, or make some crafts if you want to make a holiday card for a loved one, someone in need. And before we begin, I do want to take the time to celebrate two things. One, our Ribbon of Joy gift drive for the Women and Children's Center of the Sierras was a huge success. This community was able to serve 6 families, 23 people, and provide over 70 gifts. So thank you to everyone who participated. I know you made some members and families of this community, of the Reno community, you made sure they had a wonderful Christmas. And finally, I also want to give just a big gratitude to Sandy Young and Mary Lee, who have been some of my just rocks as we've been navigating our holiday season, as we've been putting together music for over 5 services, as we are coming together into the heart of this holiday season, a season of hope, a season of joy, a season of gratitude. I'm grateful for Philip Moore and Philip Duplessis and our entire tech team for holding us together. So let's give them a big round of applause. And I also want to thank our greeters and our membership committee who's been providing such warm and wonderful hospitality all the months of the year, but especially this month of December. So thank you to our greeters and to our hospitality team. And to lead us in our caroling, I'm going to pass the stage over to 2 people. I'm going to pass it over to Sandy Young, and I'm going to pass it over to Ellery Knight Crafter, who will be leading us this morning in our carols.
We're ready for some nice support here, and we are testing the microphone. We've never done this before.
Hi.
Our first song, for those of you who have these song sheets, on page 10, we'll find Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And this is going to take all of you back to your childhood and singing the songs that were on the radio and more. Okay, so put up a little bit more. Okay. All right. So, with an introduction, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So we're going to sing You Know Dasher and Dancer. You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donder and Blitzen, but and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? And then all the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Our second song, which is on page 11, if you have the sheet, is Up on the Housetop. And we have, I think, 3 verses with a chorus, ho, ho, ho. And if you can't remember some of the words, you certainly know ho, ho, ho. Who wouldn't go, right? Okay, all right. Up on the housetop, clip and paws, out jumps good old Santa Claus. Down through the chimney with lots of toys, all for the Christmas joys. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, click, 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 down through the chimney with old Saint Nick. First comes the stocking of little Nell. Oh, dear Santa, fill it well. Give her a dolly that laughs and cries. Oh, one open and shut its eyes. Oh, ho, ho, who wouldn't go? Oh, ho, ho, who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, click, 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 down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. Look in the stocking of little Bill. Oh, just see that glorious fill. Here is a hammer and lots of tacks, whistle and ball and a set of jacks. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, click, 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 down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. Oh, here's a good one. How many know Frosty the Snowman? Do you know how that song? That starts?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we're going to have a story. This is a story. What happens to Frosty? All right? Go ahead. And dun, dun, dun. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly, happy soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of gold. Frosty the Snowman was a fairy tale, they say, but the children say they laugh and play just the same as you. One day there must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, 4 part. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, look at Frosty go. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, over the hills of snow. Wow, thank you, great job. Oh, but we have some more, a couple more. Let's see. I think we're going to sing Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Okay. Santa Claus, you better watch out. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list, checking it twice, gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. All right, thank you, thank you. I think we have one more, and this is a great song. It's called the Jingle Bell Rock. Jingle Bell Rock. Jingle Bell Rock. If I can find mine. Can I look at your 16? Page 16, they say.
Page 16, yeah. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing and bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chime and jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bells time is a swell time to go riding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. Jingle around the clock. Mix and a mingle and a jingling beat. That's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell rock.
I think this one goes
Yeah, I think that
in
one goes
there,
in there.
and this one.
Let's give everybody another round of applause. You were all amazing. We are now going to do a long-standing tradition here at UUFNN of a reading of the Polar Express. And so I want to invite any people, any children or children at heart to come to the front as we read this story. And I have a fancy rocking chair this year. We're reading a story. You can sit wherever you'd like, Grayson. On Christmas Eve, many years ago, I lay quietly in my bed. I did not rustle the sheets. I breathed slowly and silently. I was listening. I was listening for a sound a friend told me I'd never hear. The ringing of bells of Santa's sleigh. There is no Santa, my friend had insisted, but I knew he was wrong. Later that night, I did hear sounds, though. Not of ringing bells. From outside came the sounds of hissing steam and squeaking metal. And through my window, I saw a train standing perfectly still in front of my house. It was wrapped in an apron of steam. Snowflakes fell lightly around it. A conductor stood at the open door of one of the cars. He took a large pocket watch from his vest, looked up at my window. I put on my slippers and my robe, and I tiptoed down the stairs and out the door. "All aboard!" the conductor cried out. I ran up to him. "Well," he said, "are you coming?" "Where?" I asked. "Why, to the North Pole." It was his answer. "This is the Polar Express." I took his outstretched hand, and he pulled me aboard. The train was filled with other children, all in their pajamas and nightgowns. We sang Christmas carols and ate candies with nougat centers as white as snow. We drank hot cocoa, and that was thick and rich as melted chocolate bars. Outside, the lights of towns and villages flickered in the distance as the Polar Express raced northward. Soon, there were no more lights to be seen. We traveled through cold, dark forests where lean wolves roamed and white-tailed rabbits hid from our train as it thundered through the wilderness. We climbed mountains so high it seemed as if we would scrape the moon with our train. But the Polar Express never slowed down. Faster and faster, we ran along, rolling over peaks and through valleys like a car on a roller coaster. The mountains turned into hills, the hills to snow-covered plains. We crossed a barren desert of ice, the great polar ice cap. Lights appeared in the distance. They looked like lights of a strange ocean liner, a frozen sea. "There," said the conductor, "is the North Pole." The North Pole, it was a huge city standing alone at the top of the world, filled with factories where every Christmas toy was made. At first, we saw no elves. "They're gathering at the center of the city," the conductor told us. "That is where Santa will give the first gift of Christmas." "Who receives the first gift?" we asked. The conductor answered, "He will choose one of you." "Look," shouted one of the children, "the elves!" Outside, we saw hundreds of elves. As our train drew closer and closer to the center of the North Pole, we slowed to a crawl. So crowded were the streets with Santa's helpers. When the Polar Express could go no farther, we stopped, and the conductor led us outside. We pressed through the crowd to the edge of a large open circle. In front of us stood Santa's sleigh. The reindeer were really excited. They pranced and paced, ringing the silver sleigh bells that hung from their harnesses. It was a magical sound, like nothing I'd ever heard. Across the circle, the elves moved apart, and Santa Claus appeared. The elves cheered wildly. Whoa, yeah, Santa! Ah! He marched over to us, pointed to me, and said, "Let's have this fellow here." The conductor handed me up. I sat on Santa's knee, and he asked, "Now what would you like to have for Christmas?" Pressing question. I knew I could have any gift I could imagine. But the thing I wanted more for Christmas was not inside Santa's giant bag. What I wanted more than anything was one silver bell from Santa's sleigh. When I asked Santa, he smiled. He gave me a hug and told an elf to cut a bell from one of the reindeer's harnesses. The elf tossed it up to Santa. He stood holding the bell high above him and called out, "The first gift of Christmas!" A clock struck midnight. As the elves roared their approval, Santa handed the bell to me and I put it in my bathrobe. The conductor helped me down from the sleigh. Santa shouted the names of the reindeer, cracked his whip, his team charged forward, and up, climbed into the air. Santa circled once above us and then disappeared into the sky. As soon as we were back inside the Polar Express, the other children asked to see my bell. I reached my hand into my pocket, but the only thing I felt was a hole. I had lost the bell. I lost the bell from Santa Claus. "Let's hurry outside and look for it," one of the children said. But the train gave a sudden lurch and gave a hiss and started moving. We were on our way home. It broke my heart to lose the bell. When the train reached my house, I sadly left the other children. I stood at my doorway and waved goodbye. The conductor said something from the train, but I couldn't really hear him. "What?" I yelled out, and he clapped his hands around his mouth. "Merry Christmas!" he shouted. The Polar Express let out a loud blast from its whistle and sped away. On Christmas morning, my little sister Sarah and I opened our presents. When it looked as if everything had been unwrapped, Sarah found one small box behind the tree. It had my name on it. Inside was the silver bell, and there was a note. "Found this on the seat of my sleigh. Please fix that hole in your pocket. Signed, Mr. C." I shook the bell, and it made the most beautiful sound my sister and I had ever heard. But my mother said, "Oh, that's too bad." "Yes," said my father. "It's broken." When I had shaken the bell, my parents had not heard the sound. At one time, most of my friends could hear the bell, but as the years passed, it fell silent for all of them. Even Sarah found one Christmas that she could no longer hear its sweet sound. And though I've grown old, the bell still rings for me as it does for all who truly believe. And that is the story of the Polar Express. And I hear some bells in this room feel like who here truly believes that Santa can hear our wishes? I know I do. I wonder if we take a moment and we close our eyes really tight, I wonder if we say, I believe in Santa, I wonder if Santa will come. 1, 2, 3. I believe in Santa. Oh. It's Santa. And Santa has silver bells from his sleigh for everybody, for all the kids. I think we have some over there and some all the way in the back. Yeah. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Santa. Everybody yell, thank you, Santa. Thank you, Santa. That brings our formal program to a close. You are welcome to get some hot chocolate, get some cookies, pass the holiday cheer to one another. And tonight is our Yule celebration, led by our very own Rosie Elwing in celebration of Mother's Night, the winter solstice, and Yuletide. So that begins tonight at 6 o'clock. And you are all invited to our Christmas Eve service, 5 p.m. in this room for a candlelight vigil and some stories and song. So thank you all so much. Have a wonderful holiday season. Merry Christmas.